A+ലേക്കുള്ള വഴി ഇനി തനിയെ തുറക്കാം. Subscribe to the ENCLAPS channel. Ring the bell button and open success. It's that easy.
How dare! He entered our premises and caught 3 of my friends with a trap. The circus master. I'm not going to leave him scot-free. He's definitely going to pay for it.
Chimpu looks angry. His anger stems out of his love for his friends. He's sure to do something to help them. Now see, even I'm not so happy today. Do you know why? I just got a letter from one of my students. Now, you may be wondering why that letter is troubling me. I feel so because she strongly conveyed her emotions to me. A bit sad, of course. As I read the letter, I could feel her pain, her sense of loneliness, helplessness. Now, I better don't reveal why she feels so. Anyway, I have decided to reach out to her with some help. Now, you guys are so lucky. There are so many ways to keep you connected with your teachers and friends. You can reach out to them for help and assistance anytime, either in person or through phones. But imagine the plight of a child who is forced to stay far away from home for some reason whatsoever. Away from his family and of course, no school, no teachers, no friends. How will that be? Can you imagine such a situation? Doesn't he have the right to be with his family? To be loved? To be educated and taken care of? Of course, yes. Let's read the story of such a boy written by a major Russian playwright, Anton Chekhov, who has written a number of stories focusing exclusively on children. Vanka Zakov. That's his name. The boy who was forced to leave his village, his family and his friends. That would have been so difficult for him. But what forced him to leave his village and his beloved people? Vanka Zakov was just 9 years old. He was an apprentice to Eliakim, the shoemaker. It has been 3 months since Grandpa left him in Eliakim's house. That day was Christmas Eve and Vanka didn't sleep. He was getting ready to write a letter to his granddad. His master, mistress and the senior apprentices had gone to church, leaving him all alone. He thought of making use of the opportunity to pour out his feelings in a letter. He glanced anxiously at the door and window several times to see if someone was coming. He was scared of his master and he was so anxious. He took from the cupboard a bottle of ink and a pen, spread out a crumpled sheet of paper and started writing. Vanka gave a quivering sigh. He was alone and safe. He knelt on the floor at a bench. Now, how did he start writing the letter?
Dear Granddad Konstantin Makarich, I'm writing a letter to you. I sent you Christmas greetings and hope God will send you his blessings. I have no father and no mummy. You are all I have left.
Vanka begins his letter by sending Christmas greetings. That's so sweet of him. He wishes for God's blessing on his grandpa. That shows his good heart, his love and care for grandpa. Doesn't it? But the very next line in the letter strikes at the heart. He reminds his grandpa that he has no father and no mummy. And grandpa is the only relative he has. Suddenly, something on the dark window pane catches his attention. Yes, it was the reflection of the candle. Now that flickered something in his mind and he stopped writing. What did he do then? Yes, he became lost in the thoughts of his granddad, Konstantin Makarich.
Konstantin Makarich, my granddad, is the night watchman on the estate of Zivarev. He's an old man about 65 years of age. He's lean, small, lively, and agile. He always has a smiling face, and his eyes are blurry with drink. During daytime, he either sleeps at the kitchen or he sits joking with the cook and the kitchen maids. In the night, he wraps himself in a great sheepskin coat and walks round and round the estate, sounding his rattle, followed by eel and kastanka.
Who were Eel and Kashtanka? They were Grandpa's companions, the two dogs. There was something special about Eel. He had a black coat, which means his fur was black and he had a long weasel-like body. In fact, that was why he was named so. He was always respectful and insinuating. It means he would always act in an indirect and unpleasant way. He was very cunning and hostile. Actually, he was very unfriendly, but he hid it very well. Eel was adept at stealing. He used to creeping into the ice house and snatch chickens. And he was always punished by his mistress. His hind legs had been slashed many times, but nothing brought about a change in him. So that's about Grandpa's pet dog, Eel. Coming back to our Vanka, he's still lost in thoughts. Vanka has so much more to think about. He is missing his granddad very much. How is he going to continue his letter? Let's see that in the next class.
3 ലക്ഷത്തിലേറെ വരുന്ന ചോദ്യോത്തരങ്ങൾ ഏറ്റവും കുറഞ്ഞ ചിലവിൽ സ്വന്തമാക്കുവാൻ ഉടൻ തന്നെ ഡൗൺലോഡ് ചെയ്യൂ എൻക്ലാപ്സ് ദ ലേണിംഗ് ആപ്പ്.